welcome to Nattys Crafts. I'm Natalie. I always do all the crafting. And today we're going to do some Christmas decorations. I don't know, maybe an ornament, but maybe just some like table decor, table sitters, shelf sitters, that type of thing. I think, so we'll see. I think I've got a few in my mind. We'll see if they come to fruition. So just hold on and see. So if you would, give the video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. So let's go ahead and go take a look. So first we'll make this little snowman from Dollar Tree. And it's one of those MDF, is it called? No, it's wood. It's some sort of cheap wood. They have them now where there's a light on the inside. This one doesn't have a light or anything. It's just an empty little container. I suppose you could put a little flower in there if you wanted to. I didn't. I left it empty. But we are going to paint it and make it look super cute. So I figured I don't want it to just be a flat snowman. So I'm going to have some pieces that'll stick out a bit. So first we're going to do his buttons, and they will actually be buttons. And these buttons, this little jar of buttons is from Dollar Tree. And then we're going to add a cute little scarf around his neck. I had two different types of ribbon and I wasn't sure which one I was going to use. I did end up with this one. It has little candy canes on it and it was a little thicker than the other. So that's the one I ended up with. And then I'm going to paint the bottom, the piece that he's sitting on, I'm going to paint that brown. So just a little bit of paint and then kind of smear it around so it's not dark. It doesn't look brown, but looks more like a stain. And then we're going to paint the snowman white. My white paint is basically destroyed. I need to go ahead and throw it away, but I just can't. For some reason, I just can't. So I keep trying to use it, keep adding water, and it's just getting worse and worse. But anyway, so I'm going to paint the snowman white, and I am going to paint the whole snowman. It has a front and a back, and it has the inside of the front and the back. So I'm going to paint all of that with all of the different colors that I'm using. There you can see the inside a little bit. I was painting that inside and then, of course, the back. And just so that no matter which direction he's facing, he looks good. And then I decided to use a marker for his hat. Now, I did end up and actually go back and paint it with paint because the marker just looked a little bit faded. I didn't like that. So I did go back and paint it with actual paint. But this is if you just wanted to make it looks a little bit more rustic maybe. You could just use a marker. And I did use the marker, just the marker for his little smile that he has. And then we're going to figure out the scarf. First, I painted the background of his scarf dark red so that it wouldn't stick out that he had a bare neck there. So I painted that red, and then I'm just going to glue on the scarf. I first put the piece that hangs down, and then I needed to make a piece and cut it so that it actually bent around his neck. This took me a minute. I don't know why I couldn't figure this out, but I couldn't. I finally did just by cutting the ribbon using the shape of the ribbon holder because that shape happened to be the exact size of the snowman's head. So that was kind of an ingenious little find that I found. And so I'm just going to cut the ribbon around his little face there. And then we're going to glue that onto his neck. And I'm just using hot glue. Very simple, very easy. And then we're going to glue on his little buttons. I have 3 little buttons. You can see they are actually imprinted on his body. So I'm just putting the glue where the little marks are on his little body. You see where the little circle is there? That's where I'm putting the buttons. And again, these are from the Dollar Tree, those buttons, that bin of buttons. And then for his eyes were open. I mean, his eyes were hollow or whatever, so you could see through. I'm going to actually put a button in the back so that when you look at his eyes, it looks like he has eyes in his face like we do as humans. So it looked kind of cool. And I used this grayish, greenish color, which are very similar to my eyes. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I'm just gluing it to the back of his face so that when you look at his face, you can see his eyes through there. And then I am going to just paint on his nose because I didn't have anything orange to put there. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some paint. And then we're going to add a little ribbon to his hat. And this too, I just cut a little piece and then just made it just wrap around the top of his hat there. Very simple, very easy. And you could, of course, put sticks if you wanted him to have arms. I didn't want that much detail. This was fine for me. I think he is absolutely adorable, and he will sit in my office. And then we're going to make a little Santa Claus person or ornament. I made two of them. I made one a shelf sitter. I made the other one an ornament that'll hang from a tree. So this first one is going to be using these tumblers, these plastic tumblers from Dollar Tree. They're in the party section. And then these Santa socks that also were from Dollar Tree. And all we're going to do is figure out how we want it to look. So I tried a couple different ways. I decided this way was the best. I put 2 cups to make sure first that it would fit properly. I put 2 cups to see how that would look. Wanted to make sure his face was completely seen and his body as well. And that did work out. And so once I figured out that that'll work, I actually then took it apart. And we're going to glue these together. I put some tape on one side. And I'm just using some white duct tape. It doesn't honestly matter what color tape or what kind of tape you use. Basically just want to hold the pieces together. And I'm taping them on the inside. That was unnecessary. I could have taped it on the outside just fine. I'm not sure why I was trying to do it on the inside and keep the tape hidden. I don't know why. And then on the front, I glued the front side. Now, before I glued the front side, I should have put the weights in the cups, but I wasn't even thinking about it. So I forgot that part. But I glued it, and then I put a little piece of tape over the glue to try to seal that little bumpiness. And then I ended up going back having to push some rocks, some of these glass beads from Dollar Tree. I pushed some of those down into the cup so that there's some weight and he doesn't tip over. And then we're going to put that whole 2-piece cup piece into the sock. And then we're going to pull him a little bit tight because we want to make a little hat for him up at the top. And I'm using a pipe cleaner to tie the hat off. So just wrapping a pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to wrap the hat around similar to how you would have it basically on your head. And his eyes were very strange. And so I just took a marker and I just made his eyes a little bit bigger. I don't know, it just didn't look right to me. So I just added some black to make his eyes look a little bit bigger. And then I did go and add a little bit of cotton up to the top. Actually, this was actually ribbon. But I added a little piece of cotton up at the top of his head. And then the other one that I made out of an ornament, a large ornament, and one of the cups, one of the tumbler cups from Dollar Tree. And these ornaments, I believe, were from Dollar Tree as well. And I was trying different ways, again, just trying to see what would look best. What I ended up doing in the end was putting a small candle topper at the bottom, and then I put the ornament, and then I put the cup face down onto the ornament. That's how it ended up in the end. You can't see all of that here, but that's what happened. And then I did the same thing. I tied off his little hat with the pipe cleaner, and then wrapped his hat around. And this one will be the ornament. So this one I made a loop to hang from the tree instead of cutting the pipe cleaner off. And that's it. Super easy, super cute. And he's just cute, very simple, a little bit elementary, but I think he's adorable, along with his little snowman friend. Thank you so much for stopping by Nattys Crafts today. I sure hope you could give the video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below and be sure to subscribe. When you subscribe, you should hit the bell so you know when the next video comes out. I thank you so much for stopping by today, and I sure hope that you can appreciate today as tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great one.